Hello and welcome to another video, and we're going to start talking about the Civil War public test that is currently running. Now, I have a lot to talk about, so I'm going to break it up into at least 4 videos. This one is going to be about engines and equipment. Then they're going to do one video for each of the different types of weapon systems, so energy, missiles, and ballistic. But let's get into the different equipment that they've added with the PTS. Now, these are light engines, all the different light things, such as light ferro, light tag, light cap, and stealth armor, laser anti-missile systems, and inner sphere targeting computers. So let's just go through those. Starting off with light engines. And we can see one of those here on my rifleman. I've got a light 275, and I've equipped it out as such. Now, light engines are great. I think this is even if you stripped away all of the weaponry that they're adding, if you just added light engines, it would be the biggest game changer for the game and for the meta, because it's giving IS an option that's not standard, that has basically the same durability as standard. Because if you get down to it and you run the calculations and you're a really good player and you're really good at spreading damage around, realistically, the clan style XL engine, which the light does because it only has 2 slots in each side torso, gives you the same durability as a standard engine. But you have some weight savings, so your mech can take more firepower. So basically, I would say that every single inner sphere, heavy and assault, and most, if not some of the mediums, are either going to get faster or they're going to get more firepower if they had already been using a standard engine. If they had already been using an XL, they're going to either get a little bit slower or a little bit less firepower, but they're going to get massive durability increases. So I think all around in the future, inner sphere, heavies, and assaults, and some of the mediums are going to be much more durable and faster on the field. And I think that's great. It's, like I said, I think it's going to be the biggest game changer. Of course, I do have some small concerns about this. I still think that it's just, might as well just make XL engines not die from side torso loss, because then things would actually be balanced. But I know that's against the lore and it's probably not going to happen. But the light engine is the next best thing. But beyond that, I have one more concern about these, which is mechs that have very large amounts of durability increases. So if we go on to something, say my Ilia Myrmidons here, it's just an example. If I go into its mech details, I can see that the base armor for this thing has a whole bunch of bonuses, like 22 additional CT armor. We got 15 on both of the side torsos, because this mech typically needed to have an XL engine in order to have enough firepower in order to be viable on the field. Okay, well, in the past it needed that durability increases because it had an XL engine, and therefore its side torsos were fragile. However, if the person chooses to, and I have set it up here with a light 280 and a pair of Ultra 10s, if they choose to, they could have a light engine now. If they have that light engine, which is much more durable, do they still need these durability increases? But that's only if every single person switched to a light engine. If there are still people that use an XL, those people that use the XL need these. But if they switch to a light, they don't really, because they're gaining that extra durability from the engine change. So it gets hard. I'm not sure how to balance that. I'm not saying that, oh, just get rid of all structure quirks or armor quirks for inner sphere mechs in the upcoming patch. That would be wrong. Some of these mechs are still underperforming. They still need these durability increases. However, I think it's just something that they should watch and just put a real focus on these particular mechs that are very durable right now. Are they too durable with this new engine? So that's my only concern about it. Moving on, we have laser anti-missile systems. You'll see that under the AMS here, but I can pop over into my clan mediums, and we can look at the Nova C, which has triple LAMS in my loadout here. So laser anti-missile systems is just basically an anti-missile system that doesn't take ammo. It's like strapping a small pulse laser to the top of your mech that shoots down missiles. That's great, but it has some problems with it. While it's great, the thing works, it shoots down missiles, you don't need ammo, it's really hot actually. And did some testing with it. Just one laser anti-missile system shooting down some stuff. So this Nova here can't lose heat. Like if you're sitting at 50% heat and you have your LAMS going, you sit at 50% heat. You don't go down, you don't go up, and that's with about 23 double heat sinks, which is a fair amount of DHS. So, if you come down to that situation where you're in a competitive game and you want some anti-missile coverage, I wouldn't give up my heat for that. I wouldn't give up my ability to dissipate heat to shoot down some missiles and not worry about my ammo. I'd rather take an anti-missile system, which is lighter than the laser anti-missile system, and then just take a little bit of ammo instead. So instead of the LAMS, take an AMS and a half ton of ammo. It may be less coverage over time, yes, because it's going to run out of ammo. But while it's still working, while you're actively fighting, you don't have to give up your heat dissipation. And along with that, if you have more than one, it will gain heat on you if you're constantly shooting down LRMs. We did a test, and if I remember in post, I'll put it up right now, where a person fired LRM-5s at me when I had triple AMS, and I shut down from the heat generated by them. They did not automatically turn off, and that is what I'd like to see. I really think that under no circumstances should a player be shut down their mech that was not because of a decision they made. If a player fires too much weaponry, yeah, they made that decision. But having this automatic system that you have to micromanage if you don't want it to shut down seems really annoying to me. And I'd rather it be that you have these LAMS, and you can put 3 on, and you can be hot, but then once your mech reaches the critical heat warning, they should automatically cut out so that they don't shut you down when you're trying to run away from an opponent. And they're just like, hey, he's running away and he's jump jetting, so he's not losing heat that way. And he has LAMS, let's just fire a missile at him, and then he shuts down and we get him. It's not good. I don't like that. Moving on from from laser anti-missile systems, I keep wanting to say light because we're getting into all the light things. Light Pharaoh, light tag, light active probe, if we see in the equipment here, clan light active probe, all that kind of stuff I don't really care about. They're smaller and weaker versions of their original thing. I still think light Pharaoh is, while you're going to get an extra 0.7 of a ton or something like that on some mechs because of critical slots that make it fit, I still think that the clan and inner sphere upgrades are too far apart. The clan upgrades are just way too good, and that's why clan battle mechs are the best thing ever, because you can not only have the great upgrades, but the slots are dynamic. I just would like them just to improve the stock Pharaoh and the stock Endo, then add in light Pharaoh, which is a stopgap that's only going to give certain mechs another half ton in their design, and it's not really going to be game changing. It's going to make a few mechs sort of tighten up a bit more so that the builds feel a little bit sort of snugger, but not really going to improve anything. Stealth armor, the next thing here, which should be, where did I put that? I think I have that on my inner sphere light here with I put it on the Pirate's Bane? I did not. I know where I put it. Inner sphere assault mech. I put it on the Stalker. We have stealth armor. Now stealth armor is interesting because, and I'll put this again, I'll cut to another piece of footage I have. When the opponent has stealth armor on and they turn it on, they disappear. Absolutely no sensors at all from them, which is really cool. So like, you can be literally right beside them, and hopefully I've timed the video just to be exactly when I'm face-hugging the guy. You can be literally right beside a person, and you not get a single mark on the sensors. Also, they don't show off the mech's heat at all. So when you have stealth armor on, it slowly builds up heat on your mech as you're not letting any of that heat out, and it's slowly building up inside. The instant you turn it off, your mech goes from black, because you're not giving out any heat, to just bright white, because you're actually giving off the heat and you're cooling off. I think that's really cool. I think it's fun. I'm not sure how great it'll be. I'm not sure how powerful it'll be, because people can still see you, they can still look at you, and they can still shoot you, so it's kind of like super ECM. But I think one big problem with this is it also blocks radar contacts from your allies. And I have to say for sure, if Civil War comes around and I'm rolling around in my Mad Cat Mark II, and a Pirate's Bane comes over a ridge, and I can't get target lock on it, I'm shooting first. I'm not asking over comms if that Pirate's Bane is running stealth armor. I'm blowing it out of the water and then hearing the guy yell in my head, "Why'd you shoot me? We're on our team." Allies need to see who's on their team at all times. Even if the person's shut down or in stealth armor, put an allied marker over their head. It may not be lore or anything, but it's not giving off any signal, so you wouldn't be able to tell if it is an ally or not. Yeah, but this is a game. Put a freaking marker over the allied stealth armor guy. Then the last thing for this video, I think, if I'm looking at my list here, is inner-sphere targeting computers. So take a look at that in equipment here, and we got just IS T-comps. Okay, that's fine. Unfortunately, they're slightly less effective than the clan versions. Just slightly. Although they have slightly more health. Although their health is only 7.5, which means that most of the time, if you get hit by a PPC or a Gauss round or something like that, it's still going to crit out one shot anyway. So, I don't know, the trade-off of the percentage boosts for, another 2.5 health, yay, it's just not enough. I would just rather just make these targeting comps the exact same as the clan versions. Have no imbalance there. There is an imbalance in the targeting comps. The clan ones are just better. Why? Let's just make the IS ones the exact same, please. But yeah, that's going to be it for the general concerns about equipment and engines and such. And we're going to move on next to one of the weapons, whichever one I decide to do first. But thanks for watching, and good hunting.